are listening to Popcast with Garima.
Hello and welcome to Pop Shots. Shots are small doses of learnings to help you unlearn and evolve. Now, these are essentially conversations that I pick out from the main episode of Popcast with Garima, the podcast which you can check out on all streaming platforms. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Gaana, JioSaavn, and like anywhere where you listen to your podcast. So today what you will be listening to is an excerpt of my conversation with Moses Singh, director, producer and also a podcaster. This is the first time that in these 2 seasons of Popcast with Garima, I have somebody with me who is also a podcaster. तो आज हम बात करेंगे मोजेस के शो के बारे में, which is called Azad Awaz. It's on Audible. This show is a beautiful show. It talks about these beautiful stories of LGBTQ people and their love stories and the struggles they had to go through to convince their parents or the societal pressure. And these are all real life stories. And this is an incredible initiative by Moses to give people from the LGBTQ community a platform to share their stories, to voice their thoughts, and most importantly, give them the recognition. So kudos to that, Moses, if you're listening. But right now, let's jump in straight to the conversation. Or, usse pehle, I have something very important to tell you. If you haven't, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It's called Popcast with Garima. If you like all of such kind of content, stay tuned for more episodes. And let's get into the conversation. Hi Moses, thank you for being on the show. I'm so happy that for the first time in these 2 seasons, we have a fellow podcaster. And congratulations on Azad Awaz. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you've decided to get a podcast host to interview for your show. I think it's very cool.
I think it's going to be super cool. I've heard Azad Awaz and I literally binged on Azad Awaz. I've not just heard it. So I think I totally loved the vibe and there was no way that we couldn't have, gotten you on the episode.
Thank you so much. I love making the first season. It was an absolute honor to be working on that show. It was just such a thrill to be speaking to all the guests and to get into their stories, and everyone was really open and everyone was really responsive and everyone was so willing to come out and talk about their lives and their pain and their traumas and their successes and whatever it was. It was just like I felt like I was doing something really worth my while by hosting that show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard it and I request everybody after probably listening to this episode, the next thing you should do is go to Azad Awaz. But today, Moses, we will be talking about Indian pop culture, Bollywood, that's what Popcast is all about, and the conditioning through entertainment that's in India around the LGBTQIA+ community. So you are a storyteller, filmmaker, writer, producer and director, and among the many awesome people that have openly come out about their sexuality in the entertainment world. So as an insider, I have a couple of questions for you. Tell me something. Bollywood is trying hard to technically or literally come out of the closet because whenever we see representation of the LGBTQ community in the cinema, it's mostly very slapstick humor, or it would be very in a way mocked about or made fun of. As a director, do you think there are enough films that are made right from the 90s until today? Are you happy with the representation of the LGBTQ community?
Absolutely not. I can barely think of any films in the whole pantheon of Bollywood films which are amazing LGBTQ stories, which are inspirational or which are true or which are poignant, which are aspirational. I can't think of, I mean, there are barely any. Of course, there are some, but not enough at all. And I don't think the LGBTQ representation in Bollywood is anything to applaud at this point in time. I think a lot more work needs to be done in that area. I think a lot more stories need to be told within that spectrum of stories. And everything that I'm working on, I want to be really responsible about the way that I tell the stories. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm developing which has got LGBTQ elements in it. And I hope that my stuff, whenever it comes out, it reaches out in a very kind of similar way to any other story that I may have wanted to tell.
Yeah.
So there is a lot that needs to be done in that zone right now. Really.
Yes. And a lot, I think, needs to be unlearned by the people because I saw Raja Hindustani, which was my first experience in cinema. When I was curious about LGBTQ community, that's when Karishma Kapoor had these 2 helpers if you've seen that
Yeah.
movie, and Amir Khan would just mock with that little child and laugh at them. That got me curious for the first time, and then things kept happening. There was Kanta Ben in Kal Ho Na Ho, which was, just laughing at Saif and Shah Rukh. Then Dostana happened again in a very slapstick humor way. Of course, we're evolving. But again, that brings me to the recent Bollywood film that we had, which was Shubh Mangal Zyada Savdhan, where we had Ayushmann break the barrier. There was one question that we also actually got from one of our listeners, which particularly asked me to ask you, is that when will gay people be cast for straight roles? Just like, straight people are being casted for gay roles. So when do you think that will happen? How soon are we there?
Well, when enough actors come out as being gay. You know what I mean? We don't have any gay actors right now. Or we don't have any actors who call themselves gay or bisexual. So as of now, we all think that everyone is straight, which is also not true.
Yes.
Because there are enough gay or bisexual actors in our film industry as well. But they're not out yet. So they're going to keep pretending to be straight, and they're going to keep getting straight parts. So it's the people need to come out first. And for that, for people to come out and for people to be comfortable with coming out, the culture needs to shift.
Correct.
Because everything is a sign of the culture, right? And the more tolerant and the more open and the more permissive the culture becomes about accepting sexuality as just something that is a part of a person's life, but not as something that is the only definition defining that person, then I think actors would have the confidence to say, hey, you know what, I'm gay. And that's just the way it is. Like how it is in Hollywood right now. There are enough LGBTQ actors who do straight parts and they do an amazing job of it. I mean, if your role requires you to act to become a doctor or a lawyer or a mechanic or a belly dancer, then then you can even act straight.
Right. What's your personal, favorite movie that you think sort of did a good job at presenting the community?
You mean an LGBTQ film?
Yes, like for example, I think the treatment that Fire had, which was Shabana Azmi's movie in '94.
Yeah, so I was just going to say that I think Fire really stands out. I wouldn't really call Fire a Bollywood film because it was made by Deepa Mehta and she's not really a Bollywood director.
Yeah.
She's Indian, but she lives in Canada and she only makes international films.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it had Bollywood actors in it and it was a very Indian story. So,
did we do anything wrong?
What I saw in the bedroom is a sin in the eyes of God and man.
I think Fire really stands out. I also, I know that Dostana didn't take everything head on, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Shubh Mangal Zyada Savdhan had some interesting elements in it.
ताऊ जी, गूगल पे साफ-साफ लिखा है, ये जो गे होना है ना कोई बीमारी नहीं है.
It pushed the envelope a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't the perfect film.
तेरे पापा तो पढ़े लिखे हैं, समझ जाएंगे. बोल दे उनको तू मुझसे प्यार करता है.
तुम्हें गलतफहमी हुई है. पापा क्या गलतफहमी? तुमने पुरुष से प्यार किया, लड़के से.
And what are the other LGBTQ films? Onir has done a couple of films which are interesting.
Yeah.
Rituparno Ghosh did a few interesting films.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really think of anything else that's major.
I can't
really think of anything.
Manoj Bajpayee did a film which was Aligarh, which was based
Aligarh,
on
of course. That was a beautiful film. That was really, really well done.
Yes, I think that presented
Aligarh
the
was very well
correct state of the everything that's happening. I think in a very true light.
Yeah, it was a very poignant, very realistic, very touching film, and it was beautifully done.
होमोसेक्सुअलिटी को प्रैक्टिस करना वो भी यूनिवर्सिटी प्रीमाइसेस के अंदर हराम माना जाता है.
Yeah, that was a lovely movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you'll have to just sit and wait for the films that I'm doing because I'm doing a lot of interesting stuff.
Really?
I have a lot of interesting films. Yeah, I have a lot of interesting stuff coming up in this space. But I can't really talk about anything at this point in time. But what I can say is just watch this space.
Yeah. Watch. Yeah. Definitely. It'll be so exciting. But it's going to be in the film space, web series, another podcast.
Both. All three actually. There's more
amazing.
podcast stuff happening. There's a series in development. There's a film in the works. There's a lot of stuff happening, and it's all going to be really interesting, I think.
I think you're making most out of quarantine and being so productive in the lockdown.
Actually, you know what? That's actually true because I've never worked harder in my life, actually. I've been writing, we're in our 70th day of lockdown or whatever, I don't know, something crazy like that. And I have written so much. I have got so much script work done on my feature, on a series that I'm doing, on a podcast that I'm developing. Like, I've really been writing. I've been using this time to just finish all the writing work. So it's been actually a really productive time for me.
Yeah, but of course, it has been equally taxing because there's so much going around. You're waking up to like all the bad news every morning, but to keep up the pace is what keeps us going. So that's great.
You know, the thing is, it's actually a very exhausting and draining time for everybody because, you know, we're all living under the oppression of this virus, and we're all kind of bottled up inside our homes or wherever we are. And nobody knows what's going to happen next, and nobody has an answer to tomorrow. So it's actually very, very heavy, the atmosphere of this time. But what has allowed me to escape from it is the world of my scripts, because I'm writing about these characters, I'm writing about stories that have nothing to do with any of this. And it's allowed me every day for a few hours to escape into the world of whatever it is that I'm creating and have conversations with my characters. And it's really been like a medicine for me.
Yeah.
And I feel really thankful for the fact that I have the ability to write and to create something, because if I didn't have that, I don't know how I would have managed to pass my time till now, really, because it is a really tough time.
Okay, drop us with another secret. The web series, the films and the podcast you mentioned. We know the podcast Azad Awaz, and I want you to talk about it.
But there's more.
Yes.
I'm talking about something else.
Oh.
In terms of a podcast.
Lovely. So excited.
I'm talking about something more.
Yeah, definitely. So excited and pumped for this.
Moses, I have a question for you. I read it somewhere and I'm very curious to know about this. That it said that all of us are bisexual. And I really want to know, what do you think about it?
I mean, the thing is, I think all of us are curious about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of us think about it. Not all of us do something about it. That's for sure. And it's wrong to assume that everyone is bisexual and will go out and do something. But I think everyone definitely is curious about it. Everyone definitely thinks about it. Everyone explores it emotionally and mentally in their head. And then a lot of us go out and actually physically do stuff about it. But yes, I think the curiosity, the interest is there in everybody's head.
True. So how was acceptance for you? Did you discover your sexuality easy, or was it like a tough journey?
You know, the thing is, acceptance for different people comes in different ways. I remember that I did not accept it about myself for a long time.
Yes.
And eventually I started to accept the fact that, okay, maybe I was bisexual. So it was a gradual journey.
Yeah.
Right? I started to accept the fact that, okay, maybe in the beginning I didn't accept it. Then I accepted the fact that maybe I was bisexual, till I eventually accepted the fact like, okay, who am I fooling? I'm gay. So it was a journey. It doesn't happen. For me, it didn't happen like in one swift motion.
Yes.
But I know a lot of guys who never went through this and who realized at the very onset that they were gay. And I know a lot of guys who have not been able to come to terms with the fact that they're gay, and they're like middle-aged or much older, and they will not come to terms with it. So it just really depends on you and your life, and you know where you are in life, basically.
Yeah, I think it's very subjective to each person. And what you just said, that's what I was actually coming at, because you know, you realize it first, but have you accepted your realization is the question, or how long do you take it to accept is what I was actually trying to understand from you.
You know, the biggest thing is to accept yourself, and it takes, like I said, it took me many years.
Yeah.
It did not happen instantly with me at all. It took me many years. And do I think it's wasted time? No, because I learned a lot of things about myself in that journey, and that's my journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone else might have taken 1 year to accept themselves, and someone may have taken 10 years to accept themselves. But that's the journey that I had, and I actually don't regret anything about my life. about where I've been, what I've done, anything at all, because I think everything that I have done and everything that I am and everything that I was has brought me to the point where I am right now. And I don't think I could have taken out any pieces of it and said, okay, you know what? I would have still reached the same place without this. It would not be possible. So I'm cool about it.
Yeah, it's a process of evolution for yourself, for oneself actually. And the whole art of loving yourself comes through the process. So it's very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's only about that actually.
Yes. Okay, so we are doing something which is, I'm sure you must have played, Never Have I Ever. So I'm going to be asking you quick 5 questions. You have to be truthful to me, okay?
Okay. I will be.
Thanks.
I have no shame.
Lovely. All right, so first question. Never have I ever pretended to be straight to get a work done.
I have in the past, before I came out,
Mm-hmm.
but not now, not anymore at all. Like, no way. But I have.
Never have I ever cross-dressed or explored my drag avatar.
Of course I've cross-dressed. Of course I've just dressed up in drag. Of course I've done all of that. It's not really my thing. I'm not really like a lover of drag for myself. I love drag as someone who's watching from an audience point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's such a serious performance theater.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy watching it, but it's not something that I love, though I have done it.
Never have I ever made a secret Instagram account to stalk my ex.
Like, absolutely never. It's just not my thing. If I want to stalk someone, I'll stalk them to their face. I'm not into like making secret accounts and telling. I will just stalk them to their face. I'll tell them exactly what I think. I don't have the time for all this stalking and all that stuff, like in a covert manner. If I like you, I'll let you know. That's just who I am.
Wow.
And if I don't like you, I'll let you know also.
That's wonderful. Some serious in the face. Okay.
Yeah.
Never have I ever felt attracted to a straight man.
Oh my God, like a gazillion times, and also hooked up with many straight guys.
And then?
Well, some of them have actually turned into like really amazing romances. Some of them fizzled out, but there have been many occasions, and this is something that happens to many and most gay men. They end up getting attracted to straight guys. It happens a lot. It's very rampant.
No, but then the men who are straight, do they then end up becoming gay, or do they remain bisexual, or do they go back to their old preferences?
You know, the thing is, for most of them, they're only having an experience and they don't really term it as gay. They don't really often term it as even bisexual. They just term it as an experience, as an attraction.
Okay.
And the thing is, I don't really care. It's got, I'm getting what I want and I'm not here to change anybody. So if you want to pretend and believe that this is just an attraction for you, then go ahead and pretend and believe. I don't care.
Yes, as long as you get what you want.
Yeah, why should I care?
All right, and the last question. Never have I ever been afraid to be myself.
Well, you know, the thing is, I wouldn't say never ever.
It's on a very deeper level, so yeah.
I mean, to really be confident of who you are and to be in touch with who you are and to be really strong about who you are and all of that stuff is a process. And it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It's a lifelong process. I have to say this, that I'm completely drawn to the idea of being 100% honest about who I am. And I work on it every single day. There are some days where I manage to be, and there are some days where I don't manage to be that honest about myself. But it is something I believe in, and it is something that I try and accomplish for sure every single day. And all I can say is that I'm devoted to the idea of being who I am. Yeah.
Great. So self-love, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you for doing this. We spoke about Bollywood, we spoke about pop culture, we spoke about the whole LGBTQ community and the representation. Just to sum it up, anything that you particularly want to convey through the podcast or just through your voice, which should be dealt with immediately, should be taken care of, and especially in the entertainment industry where behind the scenes there are a lot of people from the community, but when it comes on the on-screen representation, it just becomes very funny in the whole way it is dealt with.
Well, I just wish that everybody everybody should own up to their truth at some point in life, and everybody should be who they are, because more than anything else, they will set themselves free. And I think the truest power comes in realizing who you are. It's the most powerful thing in the world. So for anybody who's listening to this, I hope they feel inspired to live authentically and to tell their truths. And I know that everyone's circumstances are different and not everybody can do it as easily as the next person, but I hope they will be inspired to, if not today, then tomorrow for sure. So that's all I can say.
Yeah, to each its own, and especially the journey. I think it's a discovery process, and but I hope it's smooth for everybody. It's like,
yeah, I hope so too, because it is tough.
Yeah.
It is tough because the world is conditioned in a very kind of heteronormative way.
Yeah.
Though that is changing also.
Yes.
It is not easy. So more power to anyone who can come out and do it. Seriously. And no pressure on anyone who cannot.
Yeah. That's also true. That's also true, because a lot of people succumb to this whole pressure, and the bi-curious bit that we touched about. I think there's actually a lot of pressure on people, and especially with every day we're evolving, there are new terms that are coming. People don't know where to bucket themselves in and in which bracket to fall in their sexuality. So it's like a... Firstly, I believe that sexuality is a very fluid thing. And I think it's been the mistake of mankind to kind of bracket it between these kind of very structured gender roles. I think sexuality is a very, very, very fluid thing. And I just hope that the world at large recognizes it as that and let people be, Today you want to be gay, tomorrow you want to be straight, and day after you want to be bisexual. It's totally your call, whatever you want to do. So, I mean, attraction is attraction. You know what I mean? It doesn't really have to limit itself to one thing only. Yeah, and it's not a thought-through process that, I'll do my homework that, okay, I have to like a guy or I have to like a girl, and then I implement it there and I have to get 100 out of 100. It's not a fucking exam. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Thank you so much. This was very insightful, and coming from you, it obviously means a lot. And I hope anybody who is hearing this gets the motivation and realizes that it's okay to be not okay, or to be even, perfectly fine, but just come to terms with your truth. Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely talking to you. Really, it was. I loved everything that you asked me, and I will look forward to more from you. Thank you. Thanks a ton. This was lovely talking to you and so heartwarming. Thank you actually. Very much. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. Lots of love to you. Take care. Yes, take care. Be safe. Thank you. Be safe. Yes, you too. You too. Take care.
Hi, I'm Lisa Mangala.
Sushant Dikikar, aka Rani Kohinoor.
I'm Ankush Bhaugana.
Kajol Tyagi. I'm Janice Sequeira.
I'm Anam.
I'm Maya the Drag Queen.
Hi, this is Raj Armani.
I'm Muzdatana.
Who's this saying?
Catch me
on season 2
of Podcast with
Garima.
So, pop it up.
Have some fun.
Well, that's all for this episode, guys. Trust me, मैंने ये वाली trick 5 बार try करी थी, तब जाके सही हुआ है. But you guys, I hope you enjoyed listening to the conversation. I hope you learned something. I hope this teaches you to be much more kinder, much more inclusive, and in general, being very accepting, not just on social media. I think in real life also, when you see somebody crossing, when you see a gay person going or a trans person going, do not ogle at them in a way that would make them feel uncomfortable. And I hope you get the bigger message. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. अगर तुम podcast सुनना चाहते हो तो it's available on Spotify, JioSaavn, Gaana, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and subscribe wherever you're listening to. And for more cool content, you can also follow me on my Instagram, which is Popcast with Garima, POPKAST, Popcast with Garima. Spotify पे प्लेलिस्ट भी है, काफ़ी कूल गाने हैं उसमें, तो वो भी जाके सुन लेना और खाना खा के जाना.